are four things going on in every organization that often end up in silos, and I'd like to talk about how they can integrate together for a more effective organization. And those four things are the strategy of the company, the brand, the business development that creates clients, and the sales experience that lands the business. Now, those four things together are more powerful than any of them separated, and they sometimes siloize. Now, there's technically even a fifth, which is the customer service that's created. Now, we have a lot of affiliates with Sage Presence that are branding organizations. And what a branding organization is going to tell you is there's a sequence, a flow to that. And it starts with brand. Brand should inform company strategy. Company strategy should inform business development, and business development should inform the sales moment, whether that's a sales conversation, a project interview, shortlist interview, a sales pitch. However that sales moment occurs, that which lands the business should be following business development. And then beyond that, our fifth item, the customer experience that's created, should be a flow straight downward from brand. Brand informed everything else. Now, from my standpoint, I do agree with my branding affiliates. At the very least, they should be integrated together, and they're often too siloed. So as I go into companies to work with them, probably on a big pitch, a big project interview, or to bring training, I see these things pretty separate. So you've got the marketing folk who really understand brand, and then, I say I get brought in on a sales pitch. I don't think they're tracking the brand. I see lots of business people who are tracking strategy. People are strategic, but they're not integrating the brand into that strategy. And the customer experience that's created from all these separate parts, or the business development effort that's so focused on the clients, how, getting in their shoes and thinking it through, they're just not tracking each other. So you want to summit, you want to try to get these silos broken down and get these groups talking together. And if you're in one of those categories, you're either leadership who's focused on strategy, your branding focused on what our company is trying to position itself like in the marketplace, business development who's trying to grow opportunities and really understand our customer, or the professionals that get sucked into the sales moment, talk to the other groups. It's your job, if you're in an interview or a pitch or a sales meeting, to track, am I clear on what we've been marketing? What is our company strategy, our brand strategy, and our business development strategy, so that I'm tracking those goals and messages and positioning as I go into a sales pitch? They are just too often forgotten. So the how, make sure you know who those groups are. If you're a little company, it's the same handful of people wearing many hats. If you're in a larger company or a really, really substantial company, there's departments that deal with this, and you want to make sure they're in sync. Brand is the one I see forgotten the most. I see it clear in the marketing, the outward push. I see it in the websites and in the copy and in the logos and in the PowerPoints, but I often see it forgotten in the dialogue. So talk to the other players, see what you're finding, see if your organization is doing what it could to take down the silos and make sure strategy doesn't forget brand, brand doesn't forget business development doesn't forget strategy and brand as it goes into the sales moment. Make sure the salespeople are tracking this, and those salespeople are probably your actual professionals, because what you want is a client experience that reflects the brand's intention right from the start, so that you've got a smooth flow from what we're setting out to differentiate ourselves with and who we're trying to be a certain thing for, to how we strategize it, how we grow the clients, how we do our pitches, and how we deliver the work. So we, in every step we take, are teaching the world, think of us here, think of us first, and know what we are and get what we promise.